sweet boys and girls, and happy Tasty Tuesday. Today we have a special breakfast video for you.
Breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, ham, egg, and cheese breakfast croissants. And if you don't like cheese, no worries. You don't have to have cheese on yours. I have cheese on mine. He wants no cheese. Cool. You don't have to use croissants. You can use any other kind of bread if you'd like. And then you can also substitute the ham for bacon or sausage. So this can be really any kind of breakfast sandwich you'd like. Are you ready to get started? Okay. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to take a skillet. We're going to heat it to medium heat. And then we're going to take some butter, or you can use some cooking spray, and just put it around on the bottom of the pan. If you're using butter, just make sure it's nice and melted. You'll have a nice melty layer on there. And then you'll take your croissant and you'll cover and you'll roll it around in the butter. If you want to butter your bread before putting it in the pan, you can, and then you don't have to put anything in the pan. I just find it easier when dealing with stick butter or butter that's cold to just spread it around in the pan first and do it that way. So we got our croissant in here. We're going to let it get nice and brown. And while that's browning, we have another teeny tiny little pan over here. You can't really see it very well in the video, but we have this little pan, and this is what we're going to cook our eggs in. This is going to help. We got some small area right here. This is what is going to help our egg be the size of our bread. So that's why we like to use this little pan. We're going to go ahead and turn it on to medium as well. I went ahead and sprayed it with some cooking spray. We're using scrambled eggs. So we used a total of 3 eggs for 2 sandwiches. 1.5 egg per sandwich is good. If you want to do over easy, over hard eggs, you can use just 1.
If you don't want to do scrambled eggs, you don't have to. You can do an omelet or a pop egg.
Yeah, a pop egg is what we call an over easy egg. So we have some of our scrambled eggs. We put some pepper and milk in ours. We're just going to pour some in our little pan. And then we're going to go ahead and let that cook. And you'll want to make sure you're checking on your bread because it usually browns pretty quickly. We just turned on the pan, so it's a little slower. Alright, we readjusted our camera a little bit, so hopefully we can see both of us and our pans a little better. His bread is nice and brown, so I went ahead and put mine in. Mine's getting there. Turn it around. Ooh, yeah. And if you are going to use cheese, what you'll want to do is once your bread is browned, you'll want to go ahead and put the cheese on your top piece of bread so it can get nice and melty. We want to put the ham in 1 piece at a time. You don't want a big pile of ham, otherwise the bottom will be hot and the top will be cold. And we're just going to throw it in just so it can get warm because it's been cold from being in the fridge. It doesn't take very long at all for it to get nice and warm. If you're using other meat, you'll want to go ahead and just cook it ahead of time, and then move on to your bread and your eggs. We have some thin deli sliced ham, so we're going to use 5 pieces of ham. If you have thicker ham, you may only need 1 piece, 2 pieces. It really just depends on the type of ham you got. Ooh, that looks good and steamy. All right, we gotta wait for our egg. So we have our egg over here. It is cooking away. I'm gonna go ahead and make a hole in the middle so we don't overcook it. And I have trouble flipping my eggs in this tiny little pan. So what I like to do is go ahead and put a little bit more cooking spray in my big pan. And then flip the little pan with the egg into the big pan. to finish cooking. And while that one is cooking, I will go ahead and put my egg in the little pan. His egg is done. Look at that. We have an egg that fits perfectly on our sandwich. That's why we like to use the little pan. If you use a big pan, that's fine. You can make it one big piece of egg if you'd like. If you have trouble with that, it can be just scrambled eggs chopped up on there. It'll just be a little bit more difficult to eat.
Oh yeah,
Still tastes just as good.
Eggs on mine.
You want scrambled eggs too? Okay. I'm going to finish cooking my egg, and we will be back to show you our finished delicious sandwiches. Our sandwiches are done, and we're ready to eat. Look at how yummy that looks. And then Asher wanted a side of scrambled eggs with this sandwich, so we had extra eggs. And these are really big sandwiches, so if you're using full-size croissants, you can definitely share. Or you can save half of it for later. We found that putting half of it in the fridge and then just putting it in the microwave for about 30 seconds to a minute the next morning, it's still really good. So we hope that you enjoyed this breakfast video and having this breakfast with your littles, and we will see you next time.